Welcome back to the 24th floor. The Memphis Tigers 2024 football season is officially in the books. The number 25 Tigers finishing the year 11-2 after knocking off West Virginia 42-37 in their Scooters Coffee Frisco Bowl. Ryan Silverfield getting the cold brew shower here after the win as he stays undefeated in bowl games as the full-time head coach at Memphis. Marks the Tigers' second win over a Power 4 team this season and their third in the last 2 years. The Frisco Bowl by no means what the Tigers hoped they'd be playing in when they started the season, but an 11-win season for just the second time in program history and the first time they've notched back-to-back 10-win seasons in over 100 years of football. Nothing to laugh at. It does beg the question, though, with Seth Henigan's career coming to an end and so many other key seniors leaving, is this success that Memphis had, can they sustain it? And more importantly, use it as a springboard to playing in more important games and for more important trophies like the conference title and the playoffs. All right, so friends, Rachel, you were obviously at that game last night, or not last night, Tuesday night.
Feels like last night.
It did feel like last night. Yeah. We didn't get a lot of sleep the last couple of days. What have you thought about what the football season meant and the way they put a stamp on it?
Yeah, I mean, I think we talked about it on Tuesday night. It obviously not what they wanted to achieve at the end of this season, but it's still a big achievement to get 11 wins for just the second time ever in program history, the 10 wins back-to-back. All of those things are great. Obviously, they wanted more, but I think more importantly now it's like, okay, you did all of this with Seth Henigan at quarterback, the guy who holds now pretty much all the offensive records for Memphis and a ton of them in the American Athletic Conference as well.
Build a statue.
Build a statue for him, yes, if you want to. But what can they do now without Henigan? Because to me, it's now a massive drop-off. It's like, okay, you're almost starting from scratch in a sense again, and even with Henigan at the quarterback position, you still couldn't achieve those things you wanted to achieve. So how do you go about achieving those things now when you're going to have to start with a new quarterback? Your options, obviously, Antoine Hill Jr. coming in, the highest ever ranked quarterback recruit in program history. You've got Arrington Maiden, who's going to be a redshirt freshman going into this next year, who has a lot of credibility to his name as well coming out of high school. And then you've got guys that supposedly are coming on visits like Matthew Sluka from UNLV, and it's interesting to see kind of what decision Ryan Silverfield makes and where they go. I personally, and I'm interested to hear what you guys think, don't mind the idea of bringing in someone like Sluka, whether it be him or someone else, who only has 1 year left of eligibility. Have him come in, bring the experience into the quarterback room, help him kind of show the young guys along a little bit, and hey, have a competition between those three, depending on who's going to be the best and who's going to get the starting spot. But at least you've got that experience in there. And so say, neither Antoine or Arrington get the starting spot this first year, they've had that experience of playing with a guy like that, and then they get to go into that next year and fight for it again and try and get the spot then. But I think no matter who ends up taking over that starting spot at quarterback, that is going to be the difference as to whether Memphis can go on to achieve what they have wanted to achieve all these years and haven't been able to.
Yeah, I mean, the quarterback question is going to be the biggest one, and it should be. I personally, I don't see the Tigers not bringing in a transfer quarterback. I don't think that you can go from having the success that you've had the last couple of years. I know the pitch that they made to Antoine Hill Jr. certainly included him having the opportunity potentially to play in his first year, but you can't go from a 10-win season, an 11-win season, and then regress potentially to a 7, 8, 9-win season. Maybe you're not playing in the AAC championship again because you're allowing the freshman QB to get his growing pains in the first year. I'm not saying that Antoine Hill Jr. is not going to be a fantastic player. I think he could be, and I certainly think what we've heard from his camp is that he's not afraid of the competition, but you also don't want to scare him off, right, by not playing him. You get a Matthew Sluka who I think he played well in those 3 games that we saw with UNLV. I don't know that I'm so impressed with him and so enamored with him specifically that, I feel like he comes in here and just, wraps up the starting spot just because he has 1 year of eligibility left. But, yeah, that QB competition is going to be really, really interesting. And Ryan Silverfield's going to have to play his cards right because I think the future of the program is what he said it's bright. They're going to have a really competitive, really good team next year. But all that starts with the quarterback position. I think he's going to have a lot of holes to fill. We got to see what Chandler Martin is going to do. Whether he decides to enter the transfer portal, he might enter the draft. We know Mario Anderson Jr. is not going to be here next year. He's entering the draft. Elijah Herring on the defensive side of the ball, also in the transfer portal. So there's going to be a lot to fix. It was funny when we talked to Silverfield after the game on Tuesday. He said he's flying back and he had lunch with a bunch of transfers on Wednesday, right, while we're driving back 7.5 hours. But they're going to have to work quickly, and you got to hope it's an efficient team, but where they are right now, they can't afford to take a step back. They got to be in that 10, 11, 12 win range again next year.
They may have to, though. I mean, they may not have an option.
It's hard, yeah.
So Luka's not Seth Henigan. And
I mean, well,
he's also doesn't have his priorities straight, it doesn't seem like. The reason why he left UNLV is because of money, because of NIL. That doesn't make it seem like, to me, he's going to come in and say, hey, Antoine, let's hang out 3 days a week after practice because I want you to grow as a player. Hey, Arrington Maiden, let's all be friends. Let's all be a group. No, he's going to be coming in, and maybe not flashing his money, but it's going to be obvious that he's going to make a bag at Memphis, right?
If he decides to come.
If he decides to come, right? And
if Memphis offer him, just because he's visiting doesn't mean.
No, right. Who knows if he actually comes? I don't think that's the right choice. I think that Memphis have pigeonholed themselves a little bit. You look back at Justin Fields at Georgia and that whole situation, and is he going to start? He starts one game, he comes in one game, and then Fields said no, and this was before NIL. No, I'm going to leave. I'm going to go win a national championship with Ohio State. That is a similar situation. I think that, maybe not national championship for Antoine Hill. Who knows with the kid, but if you bring this kid in, 4-star recruit, he's going to believe that he's going to start.
He's expected to play,
and
for
he
sure.
is a completely different quarterback from Saluka as well. He may do some things in practice and look like the best quarterback, but it's not what Ryan Silverfield and Tim Cramsey want for this offense. We've never seen in a Memphis offense that I've ever seen that has a quarterback like Antoine Hill, a dynamic quarterback that can do everything that you want him to do, everything that you want an offensive weapon to do. Saluka's a little bit of that guy, but he's nowhere near what I believe Antoine Hill can become. Even Arrington Maiden, too, who's a great player. Who knows what's going to happen with him? The kid came in and won his way to the backup position, switched back and forth, but ultimately he was the number 2 guy this year. So, yeah, I think that Memphis may have to look, you're playing with a freshman quarterback. If you go and you win 8 games next year, I understand what you're saying because what I believe you're saying is they want to ultimately get to another conference. And if you win 8 games next year and you don't do well against Power 4 opponents, then your ability to go to the next conference lowers because it's what have you done for me lately, right? So I agree with you in that respect, but you can force it until it breaks, and if that happens and you go ahead and you annoy Antoine Hill and then all of a sudden he's transferring to go play for Florida or something, you never know, then you lost that guy and you're out there searching for another guy, and I doubt that they get another 4-star. 4-stars aren't going to Memphis because they're not going to make as much money as they will at other schools. He chose Memphis because he believes in this program and he believes that he can fight for a position. So, yeah, that's my take.
You guys are both knocking Sluka, and look, we don't know whether he's actually coming in or whether he'll actually get offered. Obviously, he's visiting. But he went 3-0 with the Rebels last year, including 2 road wins over Big 12 teams, also completed just 43.8% of his passes. He passed for 318 yards and rushed for 253 yards in those 3 games. He's no,
43% is terrible.
Yeah, that's not great, but the rest of it.
You should block that out.
I said just.
He's just winging it. He's just winging it.
I said just.
She said, you guys are knocking him, and she's like, 43%.
But
you read that. You're like, I didn't need to read that.
I said just.
His
yardage.
But he's he can run the ball.
Yeah, he's a dual threat, which, Seth, for some reason on Tuesday night was running it like we've never seen him run it before. But usually, Memphis isn't used to having a dual threat at QB, and I think that's a really interesting take. Obviously, Antoine can do the same, and I think whoever they pick, they obviously want that moving forward. In the future of this program, we'll see what happens. I think it's going to be, it's probably the biggest decision Ryan Silverfield's had to make in a long time in regards to this team and where it goes from here.
Probably going to revamp that offensive line a little bit as well. Jonah Gamble playing his final game. And they had Jacob Likes the year before. You're looking at losing some of that leadership. I want to see what they do with the running back room again.
Iowa kid coming in. It's going to look nice.
Yeah. Did we got that?
Well, is it not confirmed yet?
I don't know. What are you talking about?
The Iowa running back.
Oh, I don't know.
I ain't see it. What you got?
He tweeted. He tweeted about it.
Oh, I ain't see it.
I didn't know his name. I thought one of y'all would know his name off the top of your head.
So you don't know.
I forgot his name.
Either way, they've got, if Greg DeRosier decides to come back,
that's going to be a great duo next year.
He's shown the last couple of games just former decathlete in him coming out. He's so athletic. Sutton Smith, hopefully back from injury. He obviously went out in the first game of this year, expected to have a massive year this year, didn't get to happen. So to see if they both stay in the running back room, that'll be awesome. Be cool to see.
Yeah, I hope we get to see that duo again next year. They've been really good.